Good evening, sir.
Good
Today we
evening,
are
sir.
going to. Good evening, sir.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Hmm.
Today we are going to discuss about the as per schedule noise and vibration, where the discussions will be today. Program is the in this 2.9 noise and vibration. We have a topics definitions, continuous and impulse noise, the effect on man, measurement and evaluation of noise, noise absorption techniques, silencers, practical aspects of control of noise, vibration effects, measurement and control measures such as vibrate and damping. So this will be discussed in today's class, 2 classes. Then coming to this, as per the schedule, the noise and vibration. Now coming to this, there is no, we already know about the people know about the norms of CPCB regarding this noise levels, ambient air quality, ambient air noise, ambient noise quality management and all, AQMS and all, as well as the noise levels also. In India, Central Board, Pollution Control Board, CPCB, has established the allowable noise levels for various regions. For industrial areas, the permissible noise, that means permitted noise limit during the daytime is 70 decibels and nighttime is 70 decibels. Whereas this is the organizational level, whereas in the commercial areas like shopping areas and all, where with the permitted noise levels is 65 decibels during the day and 55 decibels during the night. This is the relaxation given in the commercial areas, where the industrial noise will not be disturbed in the commercial areas like shopping malls, whereas administration office and all these things. That's what we can say in the commercial areas also. We can organizational administrative office also, we can offices also we can consider in the commercial areas also. The noise and vibration, we will be discussing about this. Little difference is there. The sound is a pleasant voice is there, that is called sound, whereas the noise is unpleasant, where unwanted sound, while vibration is the oscillating movement of the solids. A little difference is there. The unwanted sound is called, that means where the uh, unhealthy, or we cannot all the time we can listen this sound, we can change like sound like a song and all, but noise is the unwanted sound where disturbance will be taken care of, while the vibration is oscillating the movement of the solids. Both are physical hazard that can have a negative health effect. Both are either noise and vibration, both are have a physical hazards on the man, can have a negative health effects also. We will discuss in the during the course of time also. Noise definition: unwanted sound caused by pressure variations in the air. Examples are the examples: the sound of door slamming and an engine, or IIFSE systems and all. That means vacuum systems and all. Whereas health effects, hearing loss is there due to noise. Acoustic trauma, where the people are having the not inconvenient, having the convenience to listen all the time, and other health effects. Measurement in the frequency, we know that measuring edge, the number of periods or cycles per second is called frequency, which is called, one of the scientists, Hedge is named as, the SI unit of frequency is Hedge, HERZ, in our word. Whereas vibration, we can tell the oscillating movement of particles around the stationary reference position, that where the impulse particles are there, vibration, where your source to the destination, the vibration is disturbing the person because of the oscillating movement of the molecules in the air. That's why air, the molecules we cannot visible, but the sound waves can reach to the employee in a unpleasant manner. Examples is the vibrations felt in a car through a steering wheel or seat and pedals, where the vibrations will be taken care of. Health effects also there, like this noise, vibration health effects is also there. Whole body vibration, segmental vibration, hand arm vibration syndrome, and the factors are the vibration can be forced or damped. Forced means can be engine given by the, or maybe the created by the equipment itself or the instrument itself. How we can control the both noise and vibration here is, first of all, we have to identify the source and the soundproof and use sound absorbing materials and the install sound dampening devices, create a barrier. These are the one we can say some noise and control their methods are there. Well, first of all, before adopting the soundproof absorbing materials and sound dampening devices and create barrier and all, we have to find out where it is source, where it is coming from actually. It is can be reduced from the equipment itself or cannot be reduced. We have to see that the control methods are to be taken care of. Identify the source. Locate the source of the noise and eliminate if it is possible. If not possible, we have to see that soundproof. That means soundproof the area where the noise is coming from. Wherever from this noise is source is coming, we have to see that it should be a soundproof. That means inside the walls, we have to see that soundproof material like cinema hall. Inside the material absorption, receiving and all, where the inside the cinema hall sound will not be going outside also unless the doors are open. And they use the sound absorbing materials also. One of the soundproofs. In the wall itself, we have to, before construction, we have to see that absorbing materials also reduce the amount of noise that is emitted from the source, we can say. And they reduce the amount of, install sound dampening devices, use baffles, acoustic panels. We will discuss in the figures also in the coming slides. And create a barrier also. There is a wall in between the, suppose if we have a compressor house is there, where the enclosure we have to four walls to be closed and open, one opening shelter is there, shutter door and all, and see that all the people are having the wearing the not earplugs but earmuffs to be used because the sound is beyond 75 decibels in the compressors. Normally nowadays the equipment itself is there, some materials are there. We will be discussing about the silencers and all. That is also be discussed in the during the coming slides and all. First of all, we have to see the barrier like a wall between the compressor house and the persons who are working in the workshop as well as in the process area and all. These are the vibration control, noise controls. The continuous impulse noise affect a noise of man, definitely. Continuous impulse of noise is there, continuous sound is there, continuous noise is there. People are not having any control methods, for example, definitely it will be effect on the man, that noise is. That's why continuous noise refers, even the CPCB also does not mention, but some of the guidelines is telling 75 decibels in the daytime. Nighttime is 70, but as an employee, as long as the working nearby employees where the 75 decibels are there, though they're having the earmuffs, but the continuous 75 decibels will not be allowed. The continuous the sound will not be, or noise will not be allowed. Even a person who is working near the operational area, he cannot continuously 75 decibels is to be exposed. 3 years after that, he has to give some break, and then the operator will go outside and outside the mirrors room or the glass room and all. Then he have some relaxation and all. Sorry. That's why the continuous and impulse noise definitely the affects on person. There's no doubt in this. Hearing damage will be taken care of. So what the effects on continuous noise? If suppose hearing loss, stress and annoyances because there's some inconvenience is there, irritation, angry, and getting irritated like this. sleep disruption, and the reduced concentration, and the uh, and productivity also. See, the effects on continuous noise means hearing loss. Definitely, the prolonged exposure to loud, continuous noise can lead to a gradually hearing loss, particularly at high frequencies, due to damage to the air and cells in the inner ear. Because eardrum is very thinner, we can say it's not thicker like a drum, the layer and all. It's very sensitive area. Eardrum is. That's why the continuous noise cannot be exposed to the employees. We have to see some controls to be arranged as we discussed in the controls. And then second effect is stress and noise, because even then we are not reducing in a question of the continuous noise and all. Definitely the person who is working here, there, nearby employees, they are getting annoyance, that means inconvenience, stress feeling, and the increasing heartbeat like this. The constant noise can trigger the stress responses, leading to increased heart rate, blood pressure, and the feelings of annoyance and irritation. Noise in sense is getting irritated and getting tired also. So we have to see that effective on the continuous noise should not be exposed by the employees. Some controls to be necessary to employ the employees. Employ techniques, we can say. Sleep disruption, because loud background noise can interfere with the sleep quality, causing difficulties falling asleep and the staying asleep also. Because without having the sleep in the night, they cannot perfectly done in the A shift and the B shift also. You have a perfect sleeping in the night in the house. Therefore, the A and B shift can be effectively done. Reducer concentration, productivity, definitely. Once the continuous noise is there, definitely the concentration of employee will be less as compared to normal noise is not there. And productivity also, when the people are not having the convenience to continue their process and all, there is some irritations and the hearing loss and all, they're having some fear and all, definitely it will be productivity is also less. While that means while delivering the work by the employees will be reduced. Noise can hinder the focus and cognitive performance. That means the co-employees also will be getting irritated, impacting work efficiency also. Effect of insulin and also the continuous. One is hearing loss, stress implies sleep depression, reduced concentration, and also sudden hearing loss and startle response and the eardrum damage. That's what ear is. In these all these things, only hearing loss only. But here is tinnitus is the one of the very dangerous effect on man, where the continuous impulse noise is there in the work spot. It's very dangerous. That means the impulse noise can trigger tinnitus. That means a perception of ringing or buzzing sound in the ears even after noise stops also. The people are having the assumption that though the sound source is not there, but their perception is some sound is there in the ears. That means perception of the person, ringing, ringing or buzzing sound in the ears even after the noise stops. Therefore, this is very difficult to analyze the tinnitus. Therefore, the effects of impulse noise we have to reduce, and we have to see that the tinnitus, if you clearly explain this also, very neatly as given in the one of the scientists, the tinnitus causes hearing loss, where the tinnitus disease is there. For example, the continuous noise is exposed by the employee. Hearing loss, damage to the inner ear, exposure to loud noises, ear or sinus infections, high or low blood pressure, tumors, diabetes, and the thyroid problems, and head or neck injury, or reactions to certain medicines also, definitely. These are the things, one of the very bad consequences in the tinnitus diseases. Symptoms. How do you know about whether it is I'm having the exposure to the sound more in the work spot? whether I am having the tinnitus or not. Symptoms is tinnitus can be mild or severe and can affect on one or both ears, either one ear or both ears also having some perception of the feeling here is perception. That means the source is not there, even though silent is there, but your ears are something different, noise is there. That is very important. It can affect your mood, the ability to sleep or concentrate also. Concentration will be also affected. The mood is also become very bad and inconvenience is there. In severe cases, it can lead to a anxiety or depression also. See, because of ears are disturbing ear, you can feel some inconvenience cases. Sometimes it leads to anxiety and depression also. What the treatment here? There is no cure for tinnitus, but there are always to reduce the symptoms. There's no cure for tinnitus, but we can reduce the symptoms. Treatments include sound therapy, devices, behavioral therapies, and the medications. You can also try to avoid things that make tinnitus worse, like caffeine and alcohols and smoking also. Like for example, where the caffeine is there, the coffees and the teas, you have to avoid that also. You can try to relax and manage the stress. You can try to using a white a noise machine or the running humidifier or the dishwashers, where these are the some precautions to be taken if you feel some tinnitus is there in your ears. So when to see a doctor? When you are going to, after taking all steps, you are feeling some inconvenience, you should see a healthcare provider if your tinnitus lasts longer than a week or two. Immediately, without damage fully, and we have to see that without by taking all these steps not necessary, go to doctor immediately if you feel these symptoms. That's what we can say. Instead of trying to all this way, you can directly, if they have symptoms, go to the see a doctor and see. This is one of the, we have to encourage the employees. Of course, in the seriousness, we cannot tell in the training itself to the employees, but the sound effect, the noise effect is lot up on the employees, definitely. And the key differences also is that duration is very important. So how long the 75 decibels can be here by the a person? CPCP is not mentioned anywhere, but it is as per the scientists and where the various experienced people are telling, sorry, continuous exposure of the 75 decibel to the person is not advisable. Is not advisable. We have to see the 3 days, 3 hours, and take rest and then come. Like this, some rest will be taken care of. Duration is also important. And the continuous noise is sustained over time while impulse noise is brief, sharp spikes. So perception of a noise, annoyance. That means in inconvenience also there. Definitely the duration is more. Definitely the perception of the feeling. Perception means people, the feeling that I'm having this sound allergy or noise allergy and all, though not having any vibration, your co-employee is feeling. But you are feeling because all the time you expose it to the employees become a deaf and dumb like this. We can say. We given at similar sound levels, impulse noise is often perceived more annoying and starting than continuous noise. You have to see that the person of the people, you have to see that it should not be exposed to the long good time. Long time here is 3 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours continuous decibels. Even if you 10 for decibels will not be exposed to the employee, that we have to take care of your surrounding employees as a supervisor, as an engineering. Hearing damage risk is there, definitely. Example of continuous noise means traffic noise, machinery in a factory, and air conditioning units. This is the continuous noise. Examples of impulse noise is gunshot. Sudden impulse noise means sudden noise is there in your ears. Gunshots, explosions, construction hammering, and door slamming. Suddenly, door is shutting by the one of the employees. There we feel some impulse noise where the eardrum will be vibration will be taken care of. These are the difference. One is duration, another is perception of the annoyance, and what hearing damage risk is there. Examples of these. Therefore, we have to see that the duration is also taken important while the employees exposure to the noise above or equal to 75 decibels. So here is the measurement and evaluation of the noise isolation, noise absorption techniques. These are the one of the techniques we have to see how to first of all evaluate what are the measurements and evaluation to be taken care of in the question of the noise isolation, noise absorption. Therefore, the noise isolation means we have to isolate a noise. In that area only the noise is coming. Besides, the employees is not getting isolation. And noise absorption also involves in that also silencers. For example, measurement and evaluation of the noise involves using sound level meters. We'll discuss in the sound level meter. What is that also in the coming slides? And to quantify the noise levels at specific location, typically measured in decibels, while noise isolation refers to techniques that physically block sound transmission by creating barriers, and noise absorption involves using materials that absorb sound energy, like cinema halls in the inside the walls. They're having the absorption materials will be used. That's why cinema hall sounds will be not coming in the outside also. The converting into heat also, this the noise absorption also we have to see that it will be taken care of through the ACs and all, or air coolers, or the cooling effect to be taken care of. Silence are to be one of the devices designed to reduce the noise also. Not only the isolation, not only absorption techniques, but also silencers can also be. If you see the in cinemas, if you see the having the guns, having the silencers in the before the what is called that, like pipe. These also silencers can be methodology can be used to reduce the noise levels also. What are the key aspects of noise measurement and evaluation? Very important point. There are, how do you measure and evaluate? These are the sound is more and the noise absorption techniques to be used or the silences to be taken care of. Like this, we can decide to be decision to be taken care of. How can you measure first of all? How can you the sound levels are more than 75 decibels are there? Only perception is not important. The sound levels also measured. The primary tool, sound level meter is the primary tool for measuring the noise levels, providing readings in the decibels, absolute we can say, which are weighted to approximate human hearing sensitivity. That's what the 75 decibels. Actually, 75 decibels is given, but not prolonged time to be exposed by the employee. Minimum 3 hours. Maximum is also 3 hours. We cannot avoid. We cannot see that the employee can expose all the time 3 hours continuously in 75 decibels. We can give some relaxation to that employee. That's why the primary tool is measuring this. Frequency analysis also. Analyzing the noise spectrum to identify the dominant frequencies using the an octave band or the one-third octave band analysis. One of the theory is there. Frequency of the analysis also we can taken care of. For example, every 3 hours in a noise levels more than 75 decibel, every 3 hours you have to measure in the measure level meter or dosimeter. You can how much the actual noise levels are there. You're crossing the what you call 75 decibel, you have to take the control measures also. How much frequency you test is also taken care of. Definitely, every 3 hours you have to measure where the noise is exposed more. The sound level meter is 35 decibels to 150 decibels. This is the range of sound level meter. The sound level meter is designated a response to sound the same way as the human ear and to give the reproducible measurements of sound pressure levels special. That means you have to see that this is the one of the sound level meter where we can measure the at the site uh, uh, how much what is called decibels is there. The range of the capacity is 35 decibels to so this one range is there. Another range is also available in the market also. Standards and regulation. Following established standards like OSHA, Occupational Safety, Health and Associates, Assessment and all, or International Organization for Standardization ISO, to interpret noise measurements and determine the acceptable exposure levels. Know that acceptable exposure level is 75 decibels, but not all the time exposure to 75 decibels in the daytime. Night time is 70 decibels. We cannot allow the employee more than 3 hours continuously 75 decibel. That is the reason we have to every 3 years measurement analysis and evaluation to be taken care of. Frequency of measurement also. Another meter is also there. Noise dosimeter. These are the noise dosimeters are there. Used to measure the personal exposure to noise over a period of time. That means over a period of time, how much the employee personally exposed to that noise is, we can measure that also in this meter. A noise dosimeter, American English, or noise dosimeter, British English, is a specialized sound level meter intended specifically to measure the noise only. Here we can surroundings we can tell here in specific area. In specific area, you have to put on the equipment how much it gives the noise coming from the equipment also will be known. This is the what is called this damper kept an equipment and the probe will be there and see the how much vibration due to that vibrating of the equipment, the noise is coming beyond the limits like 75 decibel. Definitely, some controls to be taken care of. That's why noise dosimeter measure and store pressure levels. That means here store sound pressure levels. That means SPL. It can store the history also. Suppose, for example, 1 week history or 1 month history also. Therefore, the study of the equipment also, whether it is vibrating the equipment itself or the noise is coming or by source, we have to see that also. So, by treating these measurements over a time, provide a cumulative noise exposure reading for a given period of time, such as 8-hour workday, dosimeter can function personally area of. That means if you continuously arrange the this dosimeter, continuous reading will be there. Therefore, we can say whether the 8 hours continuously 75 decibels is there, or 3 hours is there, or the 8 hours continuous is there, or 6 hours is there. We can definitely expose it. Whereas in this sound level meter, we can get only sound level in that particular area during that time only when you measure this. Whereas this is there when you attach this equipment to this probe and all, and it gives the almost all like this. If you keep 8 hours, how much the 8 hours impulse is there, how much continuous 8 hours 75 decibels is there or not, also will be knowing by the dosimeter. That is the importance on dosimeter and the sound level meter. This noise isolation already we have discussed as physical barriers, vibration isolation, and the ceiling gaps also will do because the roofs we have in-house what is called ceilings will be there to taken care of the first floor or second floor. If you have a living in the ground room, for example, ground floor, apart from the cellar first floor, the second floor people are making noise because of ceiling gaps is there. Definitely, you are not feeling inconvenience. What the top floor people are doing inconvenience. Noise absorption techniques is very important. And the silence also will be discussed. Noise absorption techniques, acoustic panels, and the carpet with padding, and the acoustic ceiling tiles also will be there. Nowadays, a lot of techniques and lot of scientific approaches are there. Acoustic panels, where if you have what is called the diesel engine or the inverters, earlier we have a lot of sound is there, the diesel generators. Now the sound is not coming from the diesel generators because it is having a acoustic mechanism or acoustic tool where the sound is absorbed techniques and all. Therefore, the sound is not coming from the diesel engine. Panels made from sound absorbing materials like fiberglass, mineral wool, or foam, often installed on walls or ceiling to absorb sound. That is called the acoustic. Where the sound is there, they absorbed by the materials. Therefore, the sound is not coming to the a person who is living there. Carpet with padding, thick carpets with a dense underlay and can effectively absorb sound. Definitely, the top or bottom, we have vibrations on the floor due to the foundation of the equipment and all, or the equipment, the channels and all. You have to see that no floor should be absorbed. The vibrations is there. You can see the thick carpet and then under the can definitely absorb sound also. Only the temporary effect is there. Temporary relief is there, but not continuous. Acoustic panels and acoustic ceiling styles, definitely continuous effect is there. Definitely it will be taken care of the noise absorption. But here the carpet with padding means only sometime only we can control, but immediately we have to reduce the noise take a noise generated from the source itself. These two are okay, acoustic panels and the acoustic ceiling tiles, but this is only not a permanent. That's why the silencer designs also types is there. We'll be discussing in the figures also. Reactive silencers, absorption silencers, hybrid silencers, expansion chambers, and the one of the scientists Helmholtz resonators. Where these are the silencer design and types. One is reactive silencers. If you take the reactive silencers are there, where the reactive silencer is a device that reduces the noise pollution by reflecting sound waves back to their source. Where it is coming, it is sending back to the sound waves. Therefore, the employee cannot receive that sound or noise because the reactive silencers are there. Whatever the source is coming from noise, the equipment is taken care of, and it will not. It will return to the source itself. Therefore, it will not reach to the employee. They are commonly used in industrial settings to reduce the noise from rotating machines like compressors, pumps, and the diesel engines. These are the reactive silencers. If you are not using the reactive silencers in this from the rotating machines, definitely the noise levels are more. Compressor house as well as pumps and the diesel engine also. How they work here is how the reactive silencers will be work. Reactive silencers are made up of multiple chambers and perforated tubes. The perforations redirect and sound waves and reflect them back to the source. The change in cross-sectional area of the duct causes sound waves to reflect. The reflected sound waves interferes with the incoming sound and reducing the noise also. The way it is working here is the source coming from the source reaching to the employee. Before reaching to the employee, again it will be the silencer will be taken care of. It will emit and taking absorption also. That's called the reactivity. Benefits are there. They are easy to clean because they don't contain fibrous material. They create a negligible pressure loss. And they are relatively small, making them suitable for engines and exhaust systems. Applications where application generators, blowers, and venting blow-off process also. Here see reactive what is called one of the some of the figures I gathered. Reactive silencers where the the sound is coming from the equipment. Again, it is getting back by the scientific designs and all the reactive silencers. If you say that what is called the second one is absorption silencers also. So once the reactive silencers are there, only reactive means again it is getting back to the source. Whereas absorption technology, absorption receivers are absorptive silencers are devices that reduce noise by absorbing sound waves. Here the reduces noise pollution by reflecting sound waves to the back to the source. That is the reactive silencers. Whereas this is absorption, absorbing the sound waves and converting them into heat. Therefore, heat here defect is there. We have to arrange the cooling place also. They are used in a variety of applications, including industrial fans, compressors, and gas turbines also. Where the gas turbines, you feel some operating floor is getting heated because of this. Those sound is not there because absorption silencers are there, but you felt some heat by the employees. That heat will be controlled by using some AC techniques or blower techniques and all. That is important in absorption. How the work is absorb sound, convert into heat, and disperse heat. Disperse heat means heat is coming to the atmosphere only. You have to see that air should be cooled, and that's why the panel rooms and all turbine houses are getting the DCS system, distributive control system, is you have to see that air conditioned, and the what they are made of. Absorptive silencers are made of. Absorptive silencers are made of fibrous and porous materials such as glass, fiber, mineral wool, ceramics, basalt, mylar, as well as Tedlar. These are some of the materials made with that what is called silencers and all. Therefore, the noise is not only reduced, it absorbs and converts the heat into heat. That means absorbs sound converts into heat. Only by absorptive silencers are where you are getting more noise is the definitely either reactive or absorptive technique suitable to your engineering